Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show where we're going to be talking about a very special, once-in-a-lifetime experience where you not only get to do a barrel pick, but you walk away with a custom bottle from that barrel. My name is Steve Akeley, and it's just me today here at the Bourbon Daily. But going to be telling you about this experience. It sounds really fun, and can't wait to get into the details of that, but we'll get to that after the break. For right now, I just want to talk about barrel picks in general. Why are barrel picks so unique, fun, and I think they're the ultimate experience in the world of bourbon? I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do in bourbon. Take tours, go behind the scenes sometimes and meet people of bourbon. You can go to various festivals and things like that. There's a lot of bourbon dinners and stuff. There is a lot of cool things when it comes to bourbon. But I think that the ultimate experience is a barrel pick. Now, I'm very lucky. I've done somewhere between 600 and 700 barrel picks, I would estimate now, in my lifetime. But I may be the person who has done the most individual barrel picks in the world. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who has done more? I mean, there's bigger retailers that buy more barrels, but they're not typically doing the barrel pick experience. They're just like, send me 20 barrels of this product. Whereas I'm actually, going out to the distilleries, tasting the product and getting involved in the process. And, I've done it now for my store, the ABV Barrel Shop here in suburban St. Louis. And prior to that, I helped out with my business partner, Jim Fosnot's job at Total Wine. We used to do that. And he was picking about 100 barrels a year. And again, it was just for the St. Louis market, but on his own, he would pay for his own travel. I'd pay for my own travel, and we'd go out and we would do the barrel picks for the St. Louis market. And he controlled all when we first started, there was just 3 stores, and then they added the Illinois store, and that was the St. Louis Metro, and we were picking for those 4 stores. And that was, like I said, up to about 100 barrels a year. And so, I've done that. I've also done barrel picks, for the ABV network. I've helped out, barrel pick committees for things like the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, Bourbon's Bistro. So when you combine all of those things together, you're talking about a lot of barrel pick experiences. And you know what? It never gets old. It's always exciting. It's always fun. You learn about the process. You see how they do things. You get to taste the whiskey. I think it's in its purest form. There's certainly people who like lower proof whiskey and like things to be, proof down when they come out of the barrel. But for me, I wanted to, experience it just as it came out of the barrel. I don't know. It's like if you want a fresh fruit or fresh vegetable, they're better, or fresh seafood, you go to the source. Seafood's better when you're in Florida versus St. Louis. Even places that can fly it in and it's there, guaranteed overnight or same day. There's something different than going to a seafood restaurant where they're buying it literally out their back door off a dock and serving it to you versus putting it on ice and shipping it out. So I think that drinking whiskey straight from the barrel at a distillery is the purest form of drinking whiskey, and I think there is a difference in that. There truly is, and it's magical to then be part of an experience where you get to meet the people that made that whiskey, and they tell you about it, and you see their passion. You learn about the equipment. You learn about things. Why are they different? Because, when it comes down to it, a lot of the things that when it comes to making whiskey are exactly the same. There's only so many differences that you can do, but the differences that you can do, things like, the equipment that you use, or the grains, or, the types of barrels and things like that, that's where the artistry comes in. And you want to hear about what's making them different. Why are they better? What are they intentionally doing to make their product different from all of the other bourbons that are on the market today? And I think those are all very important experiences that help you determine who's out there making really great bourbon. So I love the idea of a barrel pick, and this sounds like a fun opportunity for somebody to get involved in this via what's going on from the South Oldham Rotary, and in Oldham County, Kentucky. And they put on some events. They are on their 13th year of something they do called the Bourbon and Wine Tasting Festival. We'll talk about some of that and more when we get there after the break. But I think that bourbon barrel picks are very unique. They can be very hard to get involved in if you're not lived a charmed life like I have. So this is a great opportunity to get involved in a very small setting. You're talking about just 8 people get to do this. So, it's really hands-on. You're not lost in a crowd where you're like, I was there, but, there was a bunch of people there and I didn't really get, the most out of the experience. When there's 8 people, you're going to be equally involved as everybody else. So it sounds pretty good. Before we go out to break, I like to, pop a cork on a bottle, something I'll be sipping on as we go through the rest of the show. And I've got Neely Family Distillery. This is their Sweet Thumped Rye. And I do love a good Neely rye. They do things right when it comes to that. The bottle has a great retro look to it too, which is very cool. And let's see what we got here on this cork pop. This thing is, I'd say, more than halfway gone, so I'm not expecting a lot. But of course, I'm the only one on the show today, so I'm going to win this cork pop, assuming that it makes any noise at all. So here we go. All right, that was squeaky, sloshy, but it also sounded like the sound of victory. So there you go. Cheers, gang, and we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be getting into some of the details of this experience. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Steve Akeley, and I'm here at my studio in suburban St. Louis, and telling you a little bit about an opportunity that was put together by the South Oldham Rotary in Oldham County, Kentucky. And this group, of course, does some events that where it touches on, I'm sure they do a lot of different type of events as well, but they do some bourbon and wine things and stuff like that. And the money that they raise all goes to charity. So they're supporting a lot of charities in the area, and you can check out their website where you see all of the charities that they help out. And obviously they're doing some really great work here. So this, though, is unique. So a barrel pick opportunity. Again, this is only for 8 people. It's a kind of a one-time thing. It's not like they have these ongoing or anything like that. So something that's put together. It's going to happen on Friday, May 23rd, 10 o'clock a.m. So, and it'll be at Whiskey Thief Distillery, which that's a fun distillery to go to. If you haven't been to Whiskey Thief before, you certainly need to go there. It's a great experience. And how cool will it be to go through the opportunity of selecting a barrel. So you'll go through that process, and as a group, you'll collectively taste through those 4 to 6 barrels, I guess is the amount that they're looking at. 4 to 6 barrels you'll be tasting. And as you go through those, you're going to be looking for, and here's a pro tip. What I like to do, I like to make it as easy as possible. Some people overthink these things. They start thinking about what flavor profile do I need to go for? When am I going to be getting this? Do I need to go spicier? Do I need to go something that drinks a little bit easier? Do I need something that's going to be bolder? Am I looking for really high proof and stuff like that? I would encourage you to kind of wash all of that out. I don't know if they're going to be sharing that with you. How I like to do is I like to go in blind. I don't want to know the age of the product. I don't want to know the proof. I don't want to know what mash bill it is. I don't know what this experience is going to be like, but if you have any input, that's how I would vote, by the way. I would say, hey, I don't want to know anything, because you want to pick just simply one thing on one parameter, what tastes the best. Because you know what? Even if you're, thinking, well, I'm going to get this and we'll be right at summertime and I want a nice light summertime bourbon. Well, soon that calendar will turn and it'll be fall, it'll be chilly, and you'll think, I'd like a big bowl. It doesn't matter. You want, what trumps anything is always good whiskey, right? So you want to keep that in mind when you're making this pick. Pick the best tasting one, no matter what it is. Just whatever one you like best. Now that's the best tip I can give you. So you're going to go through this process, and then ultimately you'll land on one and you'll get to select which one, and then you'll get a bottle of it. And what's cool is you're going to get involved in helping create a custom label for that. You can do whatever you want. You can make it something, dedicated to you, your name, Colonel Steve's bourbon, whatever, something like that. Old Steve's bourbon, St. Louis bourbon, whatever you want to call it. You can do that, and which is kind of cool. Or you can do it for a gift for someone. You may even, with an experience like this, you get the experience, but you're picking for somebody for a holiday gift, that type of thing. You could name it after them if you want to get creative. But have some fun with it. You'll create this custom label that will go on the bottle. So it's almost like you're starting a distillery, only of one bottle, of course. But, it's a long-term business plan isn't necessarily great there, but it is a fun, unique experience. It's something that's going to lead to stories, to sharing. So when you get this bottle, I'm sure you're going to want to tell your whiskey club, your social network, your friends about the experience of making that pick. Maybe it'll be sitting behind your bar, and it'll lead to conversations, and conversations create memories. And this is one of those things that certainly can do that. So, I think it's going to be a fun time. Afterwards, they take everybody out to lunch, so you get to enjoy lunch before you head home and have just what sounds like an amazing day. So you definitely want to do that. Again, short time frame here. May 23rd is the date, 10 o'clock a.m., Frankfort, Kentucky, the Whiskey Thief Distillery. You're going to want to get there and be a part of this one. So I'll put a link to that down in the description of this podcast. Or if you want to go directly to bourbonwine2025.com, that's their website where they also have information about their fall bourbon wine festival that they've got going on. You may want to check that out and start thinking about attending that this fall. We're going to be talking about that at a later date. We'll get into some more details and share exactly what all that's about later. Today, we're just talking about the barrel pick experience, but you'll see some of that information out there as well. But just go to bourbonwine2025.com and click on Get Tickets Now right there, right at the top, and it'll take you to the ticket page where you can actually get your ticket for the bourbon barrel experience that includes that custom bottle. So really good stuff there. Hopefully, you get to be a part of this. If you do, let me know. I'd love to hear exactly, about this, what it's all about, what your thoughts about it are, and what time you had. I want to see your bottle too. I want to see what you named your barrel pick. So that would be really cool stuff to see. So really some cool stuff there. Just wanted to reach out to you guys about that, and with this special show today, and get out there, get those tickets. There's only so many left right now. They are just on sale at this moment. I saw a couple were already gone as I recorded the show just the day before. So I'm recording this Wednesday evening, and it's dropping on Thursday for you guys to listen to. And a couple tickets were already gone, and so that means there's only 6 left as you hear this. So jump on it. Don't wait around. If you want to get in on this, get in on it now. And something really special there. So take a group of friends, maybe get all 6 and take a whole group of buddies and really make that a fun experience where you get to collectively do that together and make it competitive. Who comes up with the best name, that type of stuff. So there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find me. My name is Steve Akeley. I can be found on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, all under that name, Steve Akeley. I have a website too, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We've got events going on there all the time and stuff like that. You can taste our whiskey. You can buy our whiskey. Check us out, what we have going online over at abvbarrelshop.com. Of course, if you want to get involved in the show, please start out by give us a rating. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go ahead and give us a 5-star review with comments. That helps new people find the show. That's very important to us. And finally, head over to patreon.com/the ABV Network. That's going to do it for today. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya. Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.